How are you, Paul? Hi, today's Chinese Lunar New Year here. This is a holiday. Okay, I've supplied about 15 volts to the controller. 15 volts. You can actually do 15 to a maximum of 30 volts to the controller. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than 15 volts. 14 is about okay. You can see the sensor is here. There's some air being blown into the sensor. Okay, so there's a detection. Okay, take note that the controller, well, there's no on-off button for the controller. As long as you're supplying current to the controller, it will turn on, and if you're not, it will just go off. There is no on-off button for the controller. There's a safety issue. Okay. For example, if I turn the power off, the controller goes off. If I turn it on, it comes on. There's no on-off button. Okay, this is the safe LEDs, the safe that shows you the airflow is safe. Safe is in green, amber is in yellow. Amber will be between 0.5, the desired phase velocity, to 0.4. Anything less than 0.4 would have the alarm blinking, which is in red. This is the purge button. To purge, for example, exhaust the fume hood out as much as possible. This is the button that I'm using for the fan. This big black dot here is for the fan. This is for the lights, and this is an extra button. This arrow up down key is very useful because it helps you to scroll up and down. Arrow up and down key, and once you have made a certain selection, you press enter to confirm what you have selected. Now I'll try to focus on the LCD and hopes that it's clear enough for you. Here you can see the name and the 888A. This is the commissioning date actually. This expiry date, serial number. We'll go on to this and how to get onto this manual and make changes here later on. Okay, this will be the actual what you would see on the LCD screen once you have powered up the controller. Okay, here you will see operate, which means to get the fume hood up and running, and then we have system configurations, which means you would like to change some of the parameters in the controller, which we would not let the end user go into. System configuration, there is a password for this. Okay, so let's say if we go to operation, which is operate, what do we have to do? We have to press on the up arrow key. Once you press on the up arrow key, you can see that the sensor is already sensing the amount of air that is moving through itself, the sensor itself. The light is on, light is off, sorry, the light is off, and the fan is off, which means the fume hood is not functioning. The fan is not blowing at all. So we press on the fan button, which is the big black dot, and you can see the fan is running. So I would like you to monitor what is the airflow here. It should be very stable no matter what the sash position is, whether it's up or down or in the middle. The air phase velocity that is shown on the anemometer should be stable and consistent. Ignore what is shown on the LCD itself. The most important reading is the phase velocity value on the anemometer. Okay, once you want to stop the function of the fume cupboard and stop the fan, you press on the fan button again. The fan it will say here that fan is blower is off. After about 5 seconds, it will automatically bring you back to the original manual that you have started with. And here you can see operate up and system configuration again. Okay, I'll show you how to do it again. All you have to do is just press on the arrow up key, and the sensor is working. Of course the airflow is pretty high, but once I press on the fan, turn on the fan, the fan is running. Okay, once I turn off the fan, you will notice that after 5 seconds, whatever you are doing, you would go back to the original manual. Blowers off. You can see blowers off. Okay, 5. In about 5 seconds, you will come back to this. So, the later part, we will go into this system configurations where you can change the parameters in the controller, which is very important because this is a fully programmable air controller that you can change the parameters, and some parameters are very important to have the VAV system being very stable. So if you were to press on the down arrow button, down, okay, once I press the down button now, you will go to the system configurations where I have password here that I've set. But the password will be, I set 4 zeros as the password. But take note now, in order to jump from one digit to the other, you would have to press enter instead of the arrow up or down key. I press enter, I go to the next digit, okay, enter, enter, and then I press enter again to go to enter itself. Once you are enter itself, you can either press the up arrow button or the down arrow button to confirm. Okay, now these are the manuals that we have. I'll just go through it simply because the video that I'm showing you has to be less than 10 minutes. Okay, now we have a manual or auto, which means you either set it to automatic VAV system or manual. The set point is the desired phase velocity that you have decided. The trigger point, which means any value lower than that would trigger an alarm, which we are looking at 0.4 meters per second. VAV output. VAV output is a maximum of 10 volts because all the signals are from 0 to 10. And then we have VAV range. Okay, this now we will come to propagation band, integral band, and differential band. These three parameters are the most important in the air controller because it helps to make sure how sensitive or insensitive is your controller. This will ensure a stable feedback because this is a loop system, feedback with a loop system. And okay, I'll skip some of these because the video now is 7 minutes. And now we have the calibration part. So if your reading is a bit different, you don't have to worry. As long as the phase velocity reading on the anemometer is stable, all we have to do is just calibrate it. So I'll just go to exit, and I'll press enter, and now we are at the original menu bar. I press arrow up key, and now we are having the sensor sensing air movement, and now I press on the fan run, which means the fan is running. Okay, I'll stop here first. But don't worry, this is a prototype. If you have any bugs on your side, don't worry. As long as the system or the concept is correct, the rest can be solved easily. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.